Today, I actually invited both of you onto this call because I want to ask you to share a little with the primary 6 students on their PSLE, which is coming like in I think a month's time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
PSLE is very stressed.
Were you very stressed during
Too
PSLE?
stressed really.
Yeah, like damn stress.
Yes.
But then
Because
I don't know how
yeah,
I
I
can
got like all subject
after
tuition and nonsense.
But it's only 4 subjects. English, Chinese, and science, not like secondary school.
secondary school, walao I die, I don't understand now.
Secondary school is like, Milton, how many subjects do you take in Sec 1?
You must take all the subjects, what?
No, some schools do it
Oh,
differently.
like 10 subjects.
10 subjects, okay. So some schools do
Yeah,
geography and
okay,
history in like a semester, and some schools
I
they
even
break
got
it down.
music test.
Okay, so yeah, so both of you say that PSLE is a generally stressful thing. At least for me, actually, it wasn't very stressful because I didn't really care about my studies back then, and then I kind of regret when I went to secondary
Very
school.
stressful, but then I'm professional. After school I cycle. People having remedial, me and my friends we just wait outside school for
My friends and I.
other friends. Yeah, my friends.
Yan Jing only pass NAFA. You only pass NAFA test.
He got distinction for NAFA and then the rest.
No lah.
Yeah, we got go
But it's
for
like
NAFA then.
after school then I just go cycle. After cycling with my friends then so my schedule is just very messed up. I only like, do my homework and then study at night.
So after
Go and
school, you
sleep.
will go
Yeah.
out with your friends first, and then after that
Ah.
you will okay.
Come home and then
So,
bathe dinner then I start revising a little bit. Actually
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't really revise much. I just go through the paper. I didn't even go and redo the questions or anything. That's why like the marks, the score that I get is like very bad.
Okay. So do you regret having poor results?
Yeah. But then
How-
still at least I get to secondary school. But then the secondary school is not
And you
Like,
get to express.
as good. Yeah. I mean
Yeah.
because the school is not good, that's why you get to express.
Oh, okay. Milton, what about you? What was your schedule like during PSLE?
Very packed. Like every day after school, then need to rush for tuition.
Who actually like maintained your time or kept track of your time, like what time you have to reach home and what you do and what time is tuition? Or do you do everything on your own?
I do everything like very
Yeah.
messed up. Like the timing, there isn't any proper timetable for whatever I need to do.
So you didn't have a schedule. Kang didn't have a schedule at all. Milton, you didn't have a schedule too, but you had your tuition, so the tuition is kind of like your schedule, isn't it? Like it tells you like Monday what you're gonna study and everything.
Yeah, lah. But then sometimes I'll be late.
Okay. So what do both of you think? Do you think that PSLE results generally affect
Yeah,
in any way?
especially when you go to like
Oh, I don't think so.
but then okay Milton, you think about it. If you come to my school, I think you will really say that PSL results actually affect your future. Like you can see the difference in the way they teach.
I think his school even some tuition teacher, his friend's tuition teacher, and I have to personally agree because I've seen the formula and stuff and whatever they are teaching, and apparently the teachers can teach wrong formulas and stuff, like wrong letter writing styles and everything. Okay, wait, first question. So do you feel that the PSLE score is an important score?
Yeah.
Okay, Kang says yes. Milton?
Somewhat, yes.
Somewhat yes. Okay, myself, I have been through
But
at
when
least
you move out,
5
right,
schools.
people will just think like will just see your secondary school result already. They don't
Correct,
really care
yes,
about primary
yes.
school.
But that's the problem. The problem is that secondary school molds your character. You see, when you are in primary school, your parents are like going to mold you. They're going to like, no, you cannot go out. And then you kind of feel like, I just listen to my parents and you learn, right? But once you're in secondary school, you want to like make your own decisions. And if you mix with wrong people in secondary school, which, if your score is usually bad, usually they have poorer character and attitude. So far, it seems this way, right? Like more playful, that's why they don't do well. Then the outcome is that your attitude will also be bad, and therefore it will start to affect your future. My personal opinion, I would agree with both of you. I think it affects, and my opinion is that it affects a lot, not just a little bit. Yeah, I think it's also very demoralizing. Kang did very well for his English compo 2 times, I think, if I'm not wrong. And the teacher actually said that the first time was that he copied from somewhere, some website, and then the second time the teacher said something like he copied from some storybook, and he didn't even copy anything. So it's like so demoralizing that you're doing your best, and maybe your English standard is already above your teacher's standard, and then your teacher is like, oh, you must have copied it from somewhere. Like what
So then you must
motivates
ask
you to
the
want to do
teacher
it?
to prove it.
Yeah, of course, but obviously the teachers won't prove, right? But he did try once. Like the teacher tried to like threaten him or so to corner him, and then he was like, "Can you please show me black and white?" And then the teacher's like, "Oh, she changed. She changed whatever she wanted to say." It was like very funny. But we will not get into that because it's a bit embarrassing for the teacher. Okay, how do you think PSLE students can overcome this panic and fear or worry
Of what thing?
of PSLE? Like they are worrying now. It's coming. Am I going to do well? Am I not going to do well?
You know that time I got one tuition friend, right? Like every time before exams, right, his parents just ask him to play games.
Mm-hmm.
How what?
Well, it is
Yeah,
possible.
every like the day before exam, he won't come for tuition, and like the parents will like play games with him.
I mean, maybe the parents don't want the child to be overstressed, because of all the all the news and
I
stuff,
know.
like kids getting overstressed and everything because of PSLE. That's what I feel. Like,
Okay.
the parents don't want them to get overstressed, so
That's why it's
just
so overrated.
How do you think they can overcome this stress? Like
It's a waste of
supposing
time.
their parents are like not in control of how they spend their time, how can they relax from this stress or get rid of this stress?
But I just say don't overstudy, like just do like before the exam just prepare, then like when the exam is coming you won't feel so stressed because you already like mentally prepared already.
Okay. But that's the problem. If they don't overstudy, then they will feel like they have not prepared enough, isn't it?
I just feel like they should just they should just do their best, do what they know what they should.
I like that answer actually. That's what I did for my exams. I realized.
Trying to do something that you don't even know how. Like, you can't force yourself to do it. What? I mean, you should force yourself lah, but then some of the question is not even your standards. And if you go force yourself, you go feel like, wow, oh my gosh, this.
I find that really annoying when they purposely put a question that is totally not your standard. It's like so annoying.
But then sometimes your best is not enough because like
Well, then it's
some
not your
students
best.
just cannot study.
Then that's their problem. That means they are not doing their best.
No, like
Right.
they got some students legit got like issues or like they just cannot study like genes.
So basically, you're saying that not they can't study, it's just that they can't sit down there for hours and just focus. Basically, they just can't focus.
Actually, I feel that this focus thing, okay, sometimes it boils down to the family. Because I've been, helping many students for many years. And it always comes down to the family, So if the family is like really very strict, right? And say example, you do something wrong, you don't study, the family will come in and scold you and punish you and make you study. Those children tend to, accept the fact that they have to sit down and then they study, and so their focus actually is able to extend. As compared to people whom like the parents don't even care. I think Jin Kang and I, we spoke to this parent like about a month back or so. And she told her child that as long as the child can get like 1.4 something or 1.5 something, she'll be very happy.
She said that as long as the child can go to a secondary school.
Yeah. Okay, yes, correct. Something
It's not
like
about
that,
the score. She just said that, like,
as
no
long as he
matter
can
what
go,
secondary school he can, as long as he can go to a secondary school, she'll be very proud.
Maybe they don't want them to get stressed over it. But
yeah.
they fail to realize that the characteristic and habits that they learn when they get to that secondary school is going to be different. Not all the schools in Singapore are the same.
Yeah.
So some schools may breed like the character of wanting to smoke more, maybe more gangsterism, Yeah, because the kind of things the trends they play and the things that they speak and everything changes.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Hey bro, I have to go first already. My class is starting.
Okay, yeah, sure. Enjoy your English, your English tuition or your lesson.
You cannot enjoy one. Very stressed.
Yeah, we
That's
just
what we're
talk
talking
about
about.
it.
Yeah.
Don't be
So
too stressed.
maybe you just do your best.
I need to share. I need to tell my tuition teacher that.
Yeah, ask your teacher to actually join us on this podcast or this Zoom. Okay, enjoy yourself then. Take care.
Okay, bye,
Okay,
Milton.
bye.
Yeah, bye Milton. So how do they know whether they have done their best?
Getting the grades that they want, at least passing.
They don't even know. Their prelims are over, most of them. The next one is just gonna be PSLE already. It's by the time you know your result, it's too late.
Better do something better than your prelims result. I mean, you
Yeah.
shouldn't fail your prelims. If you fail your prelims, then you must really put in more effort, like 200%, 300%, or 1000%.
I think you
of
just
the-
made like 3/4 of Singapore panic like crazy. That oh sheesh, I failed my prelims. Oh die.
Oh, GG.
So the way I think the first step to knowing whether they can do their best or whether they have done their best is really to listen to the AStarVlogs podcast, because everything down there states what is the best, and it's like a checklist. If you listen to the episode 1 and you have applied what is in episode 1, and then you listen to 2 and you apply what is in 2, I think by around episode 3 or 4 they will already be doing very well.
Yeah,
Because
but
it
they have
teaches them to wake
they
up.
have to implement whatever they learn.
Yeah,
Some people
right.
they go for courses. Like people they go for courses and they hear like consultants talk. If you don't implement it, you won't see any results coming out. Like you won't see any changes.
So I feel that the podcast is very clear cut. It tells them, how they should start the day, how they should plan their time. And within, I think, like 3 or 4 podcasts down, they will already learn how to implement their time schedule and everything. And if they implement that every day, then I don't find a reason why they will be panicking during PSLE. They'll be more than prepared.
Yeah.
Right? And when you're more than prepared, you won't be panicking.
Yeah, they will be the star of the whole cohort.
Yeah.
I have listened to AStarVlogs podcast, I'm well prepared now. I'm going to
Yes.
crash this PSLE. Like, what
Yes,
is
correct.
PSLE? You're gonna
I
feel
agree
like,
with you.
oh my gosh.
Yes.
Like, PSLE is so easy. It's not something that's hard, It's just a step, a stone in your life.
It may be tough, but you will be more than prepared for
Like,
it.
you still have your O levels, N levels,
Yeah.
and your like A levels. Like there's still a lot more. Your
And when you go out and work, every day is a test. You don't do well for that particular day, you can get fired.
like
Every day is
as
a test.
what you always told me, like whatever Ava always told me, like being a student is good because when you do something wrong, you will be taught like what is right and what is wrong. But then when you go to the society and work, when you fail to do something that they expect you to do, the next moment is that you are going to suffer because
Yeah.
they are going to sack you.
And they'll just scold you on the spot.
Yeah.
And it's just very tough. Yeah, okay, so I think that's the main thing. For those of you who are listening and you want to know how to get rid of this stress, the first thing you should do is head on to our podcast. Listen to the podcast which will teach you how to, live your life, how to implement things in your life, how to plan your time. And then put that into your schedule and start running it. Start running it for all your subjects like English, Chinese, Math, Science, and then you just rotate. So example, like Monday you study English, Tuesday you study Math, and then Science. And I think I have the schedule actually. Let me just...
Yeah, we do have the checklist for you guys. Like we are getting this checklist done for all the P6 students.
It's for every level, even in secondary school. Just that in secondary school they will have more subjects. That's all.
Yeah, in second. But then we are talking about the main subjects that we have been studying since primary school.
So that's how they should implement it. And then the main thing is to do your best, meaning that you just practice as much as you can. And then you go for the exam. And if, whatever you have done your best gives you these results, then so be it. Just be happy with it. Okay. But if you have not done your best and you get that results, then you will surely hit yourself in future somewhere out there. So yeah, because it does affect which school you go affects, like just now the point that we talked about was that PSLE score does affect your future, because which school you go affects the culture, the things that you learn, even language. Some schools are very Chinese oriented, right? So they speak Mandarin only, and then some are very religious oriented.
Some schools are very vulgar,
Yes, correct.
Like, those successful school like we know this guy from HCI.
Hua Chung Institute. Yeah.
Yeah, he don't even go vulgar. Like the language that they use are not,
Because it's just not in their practice
like they are
to
not
speak
used,
that way.
they scold people, but then they use it in a very most
They
sophisticated
use
way.
very good
they use
vocabulary when they are
Yeah.
scolding people. Okay, now we come to the final part, which is if you are a PSLE student, right, be happy about it. It's really one of the best things that can happen to you in life. I don't know why so many people are making noise about like, oh, PSLE, it's like very judgmental on the children and everything. Actually, it's very fun when you grow up, because you realize that two things, okay. One is that it helps you to know honestly where you are standing amongst your peers. And when you know where you're standing, you know how to improve, or you know how to keep up on your standards. So it tells you where you are. And if you don't know where you are, you can never improve, right? If you are like the biggest failure in life, but you think you are the king of the world, you will never improve. So it actually gives you a standard and tells you where you are standing. And, in that way, it becomes more fun, right? I think even now when we go out, sometimes we're like, hey, what's your PSLE score? It's just a number. We know that it doesn't really affect life in future, but it's just a number and it's quite fun. Like, oh, I got this score and everything. Right? And of course, the person who gets the least score, it's okay. I can tell everybody that I was from normal academic. I fought my way up to express. And the one reason why I went from NA to Express was because I felt that I was so stupid. You know, it's the truth. I really felt like, you know, everybody, I thought to myself like that, like, Express students are like 70% of Singaporeans, right? Then why am I not in the 70%? Like, that's the biggest percentage. It's not like it's the 10% or the 5%, you know. It's like so big percentage. That was what I thought. And like, if it's so big and I don't even make it into that percentage, I feel that something's wrong with me. And that helped me to improve. You see, and today I'm what I am today, right? And I don't elaborate more on that, but it's like an amazing life, amazing finance and everything. Yeah. So I feel that by knowing your problems, you will be able to find and aim for your solution. I think Singapore should focus more on, hey, look, this is your situation, what is the solution? Instead of like, ew, you know, you are in this anti-normal technical, you're, you know, outcasted. It shouldn't be that way. Like, hey, look, you're an NT. Why? Oh, because you're not studying hard enough, because you cannot focus, because you're very good at D&T. Okay, what's the solution? I want you now to go and focus more on D&T. Do well at this. Let me train you up in this technical area. Maybe you can do programming and engineering, whatever it is. Right? Yeah, so I feel that this is very important. What about you? What do you feel about PSLE results? Do you think that it's like nice, fun, scary, or what?
What I feel is that PSLE results actually judge your future, especially when the type of school that you go to. You know, you go to bad schools and then you won't get you know, some of the school, their subject combination, especially during a Sec 3. You know, we talked about it before with Newton also. You know, for the subject combination, some of the schools, they don't have the subject combination that gives you the one that you want. It's still not good. They don't really have those type of good choices.
Oh yeah, even the CCAs. Not all the schools have the same kind of CCAs. Subject combinations in Sec 3, they cannot choose certain subjects that they want. Yeah, it's true.
You know, even in secondary school, I still have friends asking me and my friend, like, how much do you get for your PSLE?
Oh really? They still ask?
Yeah, they still ask, which, you know, I don't mind, but then I feel that I can tell you, but then what you gonna do about it? I mean, you can't change the marks after getting your marks. You know, you just have to keep going on, and after you go on, and then you try to improve yourself. You know, you don't have to follow the educational system. What you want to do is to just focus on yourself. You know, do whatever you know how to do whatever you can do, and just basically focus on yourself.
True. Okay, so that is pretty much all we want to share today, but there are 3 things that we want to update them. The first thing is that if you want to really get things right, like how to know whether you're doing your best, whether you're in secondary school, primary school, polytechnic, ITE, JC, or even a university, okay, we've got our podcast online, and this is really like the no-nonsense podcast. We really share with you how exactly you can sort your day. You have to wake up at a certain time and what you do and everything, and we teach you everything step by step. Okay, and these are steps that we teach our clients, we teach people whom we really want them to improve, and you know, those who apply really can improve. Okay, because we use these techniques ourselves. So our podcast, AStarVlogs, is like really important for you to get success in your life. Whether success leads to finance, success leads to you traveling overseas, success leads to everything that you want happening for you. Okay, so listening to a podcast is like the number 1 most important. And if you want to do well in your PSLE, your exams, in anything at all in life, the first step of getting that is ready to listen to a podcast. Okay, the second thing is that we have a checklist for all PSLE students. The checklist is actually being done, but by the time this is going to be streaming, the checklist will be out. Okay, now to get this checklist, we are going to drop a link in the description below. It's either in the description or the comments below. So go find that link, click that link, and you can actually get your access to this checklist. Okay, just go there and get this checklist for yourself. And finally, the last thing is that we have actually written a book. Okay, this is a collaboration book where we've got successful people. Some of them are very successful, some of them may really have done quite badly for their PSLE, but we have gathered together and brainstormed and, you know, figured out what is good and bad about having good PSLE scores, or you know, why you have to study hard. But more importantly, in this book, we have finally shared one of the secrets that I can tell you hardly hear anybody share. Okay, they only tell you study hard. We share with you the actual secret of how you can actually ace your PSLE. That means to get really crazy good grades. And the thing is this, when you learn these secrets, you don't need, to be honest, you don't need 1 month to be very good at PSLE. You need probably only a week. It's actually possible with a week. Okay, but of course that's a lot of hard work. I mean, the earlier you start, then you don't have to do so many things at the last minute. Okay, but within a week, we can change your life around. We can give you the character and attitude and the right mindset to get A's for your PSLE. Now, when is this book coming out and how do you get updates on this? Okay, what you need to do now is to subscribe to our YouTube channel, because when the book comes out, you'll be the first to know. Okay, we'll actually come online and tell you, look, the book is down here. We are going to cover, these are the things we're going to cover in this book. And that is the book that if you are taking a PSLE, and even if you're not even taking PSLE, you're taking any standard at all. Okay, like I said, primary school, secondary school, polytechnic, ITE, JC and university. This book teaches you how to set your mind right to score really well in your exams. It is different from the podcast. Podcast also teaches you how to do well, but the podcast is like how you live your life to do well. This is like straight away hitting right to the point. Look, this is whatever you need to study. How do you align, your life to fall directly into getting A's for all your exams? And when I say A's for all your exams, right, you don't have to worry. It's not like study very long and get A's. No, that's not going to be the solution. You're not going to open like study more and get A's. In fact, if you know us and AStarVlogs, what we have been doing is how do you do less, work less, study less, and get better results. Okay, so we want to, the perfect aim is this. Imagine yourself studying like 2-3 hours before an exam, and then you get A's for the exam. It doesn't matter whether it's Sec 1, 2, 3, 4, or in JC, Poly, or ITE, or university. Okay, that's our aim, and I think we can bring you in that direction.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Zinkang, anything else to share with audiences?
I don't think so. I think that's it. That's about it.
Yeah, okay, so catch us again, like I said, podcast, the checklist, the book which is coming out, subscribe, okay, and we'll catch you in the next video. Now, if you are really lost about what to do now, what you have to do, okay, remember, just go down to the link below and get the checklist, and then we'll update you from there, okay? Subscribe to this channel, please, and like this video. Thank you, and we'll see you next time, okay? Stay cool, stay awesome, and be your best always.
Bye.
Bye.